Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about the power of being born on an eclipse. So many people think that this is a dreaded, terrible thing, but it's not. It's just representative of the power of the sun and the moon as they come together with the nodes of the moon. This is what eclipses are. So there is a solar eclipse and there are lunar eclipses. And the solar eclipses are when you have a new moon conjunct either Rahu or Ketu. So Rahu and Ketu, Rahu is the north node of the moon and Ketu is the south node of the moon. They're always exactly opposite. So when you have the sun and the moon come together with either Rahu or Ketu. This happens only twice a year when you have a new moon with Rahu or Ketu, and they always occur 6 months apart. So they happen 6 months apart, so you will have a solar eclipse conjunct Rahu, and then 6 months later, you'll have a solar eclipse conjunct Ketu when it goes to the opposite side of the zodiac. And so when people are born during these times, it is powerful. Now, also the lunar eclipse is when you have a full moon conjunct either Rahu or Ketu. And when you have the full moon, that's when the sun and the moon are opposed to one another. So they're in opposition. And so when you have the sun oppose the moon, then one of them will be conjunct Rahu and the other one will be conjunct Ketu. And the lunar eclipses occur either 2 weeks before or after a solar eclipse. So it's really when the sun and the moon come together with these nodes. That's what eclipses are. And the sun and the moon, I mean, these are the most important points in a chart. The sun is what gives us our life force, our energy. It gives us life. The moon is our emotions, our minds, and how we think, how we feel. And putting Rahu and Ketu lined up with these planets, you've got a very, very intense individual with a karmic destiny. So I want to put up the first chart up here, which is Prince William, who was born on a solar eclipse. Notice that Prince William, his solar eclipse is in Gemini. So both the sun and moon are in Gemini with Rahu. So there can be, and we'll talk about this in a minute, a solar eclipse when it's conjunct Ketu. But this one's in Gemini, and you know, they say because he was born on a solar eclipse that this could be the last of the monarchy. And you know, well, let me just say the way the planets are being triggered this particular year with the eclipses, as I speak right now, we are, I'm in October of 2019. There's going to be the eclipses still this year in Gemini and Sagittarius coming up here. So he's going to be heavily affected by the eclipse that's going to be occurring this December and the eclipse that's going to be happening in the summer. So we'll see how things are going to change in Prince William's chart. But his life was full of extremes and a destiny. This is a very, very intense chart. And on top of it, I might add that Neptune sits right on his ascendant. Remember how I always talk about Neptune. There's secrecy. There are things that are never known, never revealed. It is the planet of deception, deceit, denial, illusion. And it sits on his ascendant and aspects both his sun and moon that are tied up with Rahu. So Neptune sits there. I have to say, it's right on his ascendant there in Sagittarius. Neptune is on his ascendant, and it is aspecting the sun and the moon, and it's tied up with Rahu and Ketu. Neptune is with Ketu, aspecting Sun, Moon, Rahu. Wow. There are a lot of secrets that we don't know about. And I suppose it has a lot to do with who? What is the moon? The mother. What is the sun? The father. And we all know the relationship that went on between his mother and father. But there is so much we don't know. And this is tied up in extreme secrecy. And you know what I say with Neptune? Many times we'll never know. It's just the nature of Neptune. It keeps things that secret. And many years ago, I did a video on Princess Diana. And, you know, I have to say it was very, very revealing about the deception, the scandal, and deceit behind her death. I don't think it was an accident. Let me just leave you with that. And looking at Prince William's chart, I don't think it's an accident. Will we ever know the truth? With Neptune, probably not. And not even maybe will he know the truth. But it's there. It's telling us there's something that is not right. Okay, another chart. Here's a completely different chart of somebody born on a solar eclipse. Look at this one, Jeff Bezos. Let's talk about this eclipse. He has the sun, the moon with Ketu. What house are they in? The 10th. This man is the richest man in the world that we know of right now. I mean, he created Amazon. What a workaholic is he? Look at this 10th house. Sun with Ketu, with moon and Mercury. And that Mercury moon makes him an excessive thinker, compulsive, never stopping in the process of the thought process. It's on overdrive all the time with this combination all in Sagittarius. And hey, here I am looking at another chart that's being affected heavily by these eclipses that are happening this year. Yes. And we all know that Jeff Bezos has gone through a divorce recently. And that's what happens when Saturn goes over the moon. And that's what was happening to him. And it's also crossing over his sun. He's not in a great place. If you would like to learn more about Vedic astrology or learn about me, you can always go to my website, which is galacticcenter.org. And if you would like to learn Vedic astrology, take this to the next level with me. You can go to understand more by going to my university website, which is University of Vedic Astrology.com. And remember, I have a new starting class that's going to start up with a whole group of beginners. We'll have our first webinar on January 14th of 2020. So with that, I'd like to close. Thank you.